Hey everyone, Joseph here from the Card, and we're back to a new Simpsons review, and we're reviewing episode 11 of season 2. One Fish, Two Fish, Blowfish, Blowfish. Yeah, a really weird title. Which the episode starts. And again, it's another one of Dark's plot lines, I guess I could say. So the episode starts with Homer just really waiting for the meatloaf to get done, which it does get done, and they decide what they're gonna have for dinner tomorrow, which Lisa wants to have something different, which they do decide, and they go to a Japanese Chinese restaurant, which they get scared, but it's just welcoming them, which they decide what they want to eat. We see a head and legs get chopped off by the main chef, and tells his servant to hang himself for disgusting him. And then we see some singers. We see some singers, or a guy singing to his wife. And then we see Bart and Luce, Lisa singing. And then Homer just tells the waitress off, like, he's ordered everything except one thing. And it's a blowfish. Which, yeah, and they're needing the master. But their master, the chef, is out making out with his wife. And tells them to do it themselves, which they try to figure out the parts that are deadly and not. And it inflates, and Homer did eat it, but it turns out that he ate poison. Yup, Homer ate poison. And apparently they have a menu on the back of the menu. They or they show the hospital location of the hospital. So they go to the hospital. Homer, of course, is disgusted. They got bad news. Homer's only got 24 hours before he dies, which, yeah, is very tragic for sure. And then the doctor suggests this. So you're going to die with some gates. Like, wow, that's a real great thing right there. Which Homer is trying to write a to-do list for his last days that he's doing before the poison gets to him. And so the next day, for what he starts is to have a chat with Bart and teach him how to save. And yeah, and then listening to Lisa's playing and sounding really good. And then wanting to borrow a camera. And then I love the picture from their neighbors, a camera from because he wants to make a video for Maggie. And I love the piece of paper on the neighbor's door that is to their closet that says "Bless this mess," which he starts to make it, but the phone rings. He scratches his butt, and then he tells his dad that he loves him, and he wishes that he wishes that he has done much more things with him, which they make out, and they go fishing and do a lot of other stuff like play ball, and yeah, he gets tired of it very quickly. And then, oh boy, the police come. The police end up pulling over Homer, which he wants to get a ticket. He's asking for a ticket, but he gets thrown in jail. Yup, Homer gets thrown in prison, which he gets offered a phone call. But he thought of talking to Margie, but he decided no. And then, which he wants to get some bail money. And apparently they're right next to each other. His friend and are right next to each other. They're waiting back at the house. They're waiting for Homer to come. But Homer is free. And so they're driving, and Mr. Burns is pretty much looking, just watching women walk by. And then we get the old razzle dazzle of Bart and Lisa just doing those prank calls at the bar. Yeah, with those names. And Homer telling the news to everybody and kissing everybody. But again, he's got to get home, which the car ain't doing well, so he's having to run home, which he eventually does. And he reads a poem that Margie made. He kisses the kids goodbye, and he listens to the beginning, which is the beginning of the earth when God made the earth and the stars. You know, the beginning. And then he falls asleep at parts, and then he basically tips over like he's dead. Margie finds that Homer's not with him, which she finds that Homer is actually drooling, which Homer is not dying. It turns out Homer is not dying after all. And the praise and the blessings, and we just end with Homer just eating some pork. Yeah, again, a real another dark subject back to back, but a real great episode for sure. It turns out all well and happy at the end. I'm very happy to hear and say. So yeah, hopefully I enjoyed and catch you on the next one. Bye.